attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Dan Anderson wishing you very, very welcome on this weekly webinar. For those of you who are new, and I think from the attendee numbers, we've got a fair few new people, this is the weekly pulse beat of Leo. This is where we give you the news and the update and tell you what's going on out in the wider world of Leo. We are turning into a bigger and bigger and more global business. It's kind of just a bit extraordinary what's going on. On the Momentum cruise, we had some 32 countries represented on that course, and record numbers. And the previous year we only had 5. So we're kind of getting this extraordinary global footprint. Some of the sales that we're getting on a weekly basis are from territories and regions and countries that I've never even heard of. I have to actually look up on the map where they are, which is just very, very cool. So fantastic. And well done to all of you who are helping us drive and build this international community. There's very, very much a sense that we have turned a corner and things are moving in a unobstructed way forward again. I'm not saying that we're totally out of the woods. We still have some tough situations and some tough things that we're dealing with, but that's kind of business, and it is what it is. We've been here before in the last 7 years that we've been running, and we're very confident that we're both kind of supported in some sort of way, and we always get the lucky break just when we need it, and also very, very kind of confident because we're doing such good work. But it is what it is. So thank you for coming here. I'm not going to drone on. We have a very important webinar here today in which we're talking about the causes. So we have some recognition, some events, some causes, and talking about the Anderson stuff and a call to action. Now, the thing that I was really pleased to be able to share with you today is something that came through to us from the Finnish team. These are a wonderful bunch of people, and I was really, really pleased to meet them. And they kind of built a thing around the Momentum cruise. They went into the Leo Hong Kong office. They went to Victoria Peak and to Macau. And for them, as they've verbalized it, this is kind of giving a new start for our business. And I think it was just very, very, very nice to have a strong Finnish team with us on the Momentum cruise. And so fantastic and well done, and really, really enjoyed the Finnish presence at that event. So fantastic. Now, I like more and more of those things. But the other thing as part of the international footprint that's expanding is that we've had several meetings just recently about India. India, as you know, is the second most populous country in the world, and with sort of when you have over 1.2 billion people, depending on where you get your census reports from, it is a market of enormous potential. It's got one of the biggest middle classes in the world. It's got a dynamic and growing economy. It's got a dynamic and growing sector where people are, the education levels are rising, and they're into new technology, and they're into mobile phones, and they're into kind of new tech. So the Leo business opportunity with everything that we do in terms of e-learning and education, just that on its own is something that we can build a business as large as you like with India. So we're very, very pleased and proud to say that we are now giving an announcement for the first live seminar in India, which will happen on Saturday, the 1st of February 2020. And this will be in Goa, in that region there, because that's a place that everyone wants to go to and visit. And this will be a huge event because everything in India is kind of huge. So Andy Hansen will be there, and some of the messages that you can get from Andy, some of the understandings that you can get from Andy. So very, very proud of that, and really looking forward to that. Me here, Magudia, is actually in India today, working on some corporate and some structural things over there. So India is a business that in itself could just change everything for any company. But for us, us, they're looking for a long-term partner. They're looking for a legitimate business. The fact that we're an English company is very attractive to the Indian marketplace. So this is the time for India. This is the time when we're going to go ahead with us after several false starts, several dead ends, and things happen for a reason when the timing is right, and that timing is right now. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about a little bit on this webinar is Leo Coin, and because we're getting a lot of people asking us, so what's happening with Leo Coin and where are we going with Leo Coin? Well, Leo Coin is the digital currency that we see as a transaction medium. This is the coin that people have in their wallets, and through the merchant programs that we're working on, this is the thing that they can transact with, and this is something that obviously over time will acquire value. Certainly the value is not where we want it to be today, but that also presents some fairly extraordinary opportunities that people are quite clever at picking up. This is the time when Leo Coin will never be cheaper, and you can sweep up an enormous stake in the future. We are not abandoning Leo Coin by any stretch of the imagination. This is the coin that is integrated into our business model, and Leo Coin obviously have a future together. We're not abandoning it by any stretch of the imagination, but we are also now launching something new called Causes. And Causes is designed, if we said that Leo Coin was kind of dollars or pounds, Causes is more like gold bullion. Causes is like a Kruger Rand. Causes is like a 1 ounce gold coin. Pounds. This is a high store of value as we see this, and it's a fundraising effort where one of the things that we wanted to do is issue a very limited coin. There will only ever be 1 million Causes in existence, and that creates in a funny sort of way different dynamics. In a funny sort of way, if I'm honest, looking back, I wish maybe sometimes that we would have known what we didn't know at that time. So when we launched Leo Coin in 2014, we should have launched that with just 1 million coins in circulation. Fine. We only know what we know. Now we have an opportunity to create something quite special for the purpose of raising funds for good work. That's why it's called Causes. If you go on any one of the blockchain scanners, you can now see that the coin exists. There's 1 million coins in existence, and just through some pre-launch of the top-up pack to our members only, we've already moved some sort of 5, with rank awards, maybe 10% of these into existence. So this is a very finite supply, and it's the raison d'être, the reason for Causes is to raise funds for good work. We see the utility of this is as much as technology is also the business model behind it, where we could actually take Causes as a concept into any charity that wants to raise funds for a worthy cause, and there's kind of reasons of expediency and practicality for using a digital currency on a global basis to be a fundraising mechanism for people that want to do good work. Our focus is on the schools and building education for children, but this could be used for anything. So we have some very, very big plans around Causes to do with colored coins and things that we can do alongside of that. But we're too early to talk about that, because we just want to move the thing through, because one of the key things that we wanted to address was one of the key concerns that people have is, will this coin, like 99.9% of coins, become worthless? And absolutely not, because we will price guarantee it at £1. So if you purchase a top-up pack as one of our trusted members, we will purchase back the coins from you for £1 each. Now, the thing about it is that we will never really have to test that commitment, because we only have to sell 1,333 packs in order to fully have assigned the coins to the new stakeholders. When we then sell pack 1334, the first one after these coins have gone out, guess who sets the price of them? It's the stakeholders of causes, and they might not accept to sell them for less than £2 or £4, or, as they said on the cruise, £10. So the community will be the driver of the future price, and all of the community stakeholders will want the price to be as large as possible. We will support it by our ongoing business and the rank awards and the ongoing product sales, and we have to acquire the coins from you. That means that if you are holding causes, you will be able to almost set the price that you want to sell them at. Obviously, there's market forces in there, but there's going to be a very, very small number of stakeholders. And that means that this is a limited edition digital currency for raising money for good work. It is listed on Livecoin. It's available for trading from early October, when the first packages sold become unescrowed. And you'll be able to trade courses for Bitcoin or Ethereum on Livecoin. We are also having conversations now with different exchanges, and we will softly step forward there and add it to a few more exchanges. But the amount of exchanges is not the key thing. The thing that drives this is the building of schools all over the world. We are speaking to charities and product partners for that side in the Philippines, in China, in India, in Cambodia, of course, in Nepal, in Africa. And so you will soon be able to build and contribute to a school in your country. And one of the things that we'd like to do, and not all charities can do this, but we can co-brand with some of them, and then we'll be able to put if you are the biggest person doing this in Indonesia, for instance, we will be able to put your name as the chief fundraiser on the school, potentially. That's kind of the gig. And then when people are critical about Leo, and they're critical about direct selling, and they're critical about digital currencies, we'll be able to say, well, hold on a minute. We've built 30 schools around the world. You naysayer, you critic, what have you done to further the educational cause of people and children in their communities? Nothing. So this is the big story. This is the one that takes us through to the big business. Now, when we start looking at some of the projects that we've already done here in Nepal, for instance, it is just extraordinary that we and you, through working together on a social entrepreneurship philosophy, we can both make money and we can do good work. And this for me, in terms of my 10-10-10 plan, 10 years, 10 years, 10 years, this is what I want Leo to do. I've kind of had plenty of time to think about how causes and Leo coin fits together. And the difference between causes and Leo coin is the supply is limited. The price is 100% protected in stage one, and the demand for the coin is generated by business sales. Every time we sell a product pack, we generate rank awards somewhere, and they can choose in their rank awards to acquire causes if they want, and therefore we have to go out and get them, which means that we have a clever thing here where we could create one of the most extraordinary digital currencies in the world that does good work, that gets all of that positive PR, that gives me a soapbox platform in the Houses of Parliament in the UK to talk about the little company that could. And as a small company, we can build a few schools. As a large company, we can build a lot of schools. And that cause is something that keeps me awake at night, something that I really want to dedicate the rest of my life to. Driving a business into social entrepreneurship in 2019 has to be the right answer because everyone is so concerned. And so I have a lot of thoughts about this. I have a lot of kind of aha experiences around this. This is what people want. People want a long-term business, and people want a business that they can make money with, and they want a business that does good work. So not only are we expanding the Leo community one brain at a time in terms of education, in terms of personal and professional development, we're also now doing good work that we can all be incredibly proud of. I see that we have people on this call from so many different countries. Your country needs to build a network for Leo so that we can start to do good work in your country. And we're expanding this every day. Now, the other thing that that's kind of implicit in that is that we have to go into the mass market right now. We need to build a bigger community because that drives both causes and Leo Coin. And to that end, we've created this funnel website, if you like, this pitching website, this website that helps your newest person tell the story in a really professional way. So if you go to jointhecause.com, just like it is on the screen there, right now it's in English, French and Chinese, and the others are being worked on. It kind of creates a 2-minute teaser, a 3-minute, just go a little bit deeper, and a final video 20 minutes long. You can do this over WhatsApp with a prospect anywhere in the world. You can do this over Skype. You can do this over WeChat. It doesn't matter which platform you're on. You can call a friend and say, go to this website. I want to show you something. Suddenly, we get international legs on our business and the tools that you need to build the business with. There's also a new Discover Leo presentation that tells the story in a very, very professional way, in a very compliant way that just cuts around some of the, some of the network marketing bullshit that's out there. And I just want to profile and set up Leo to be a counterpoint to all of the scams. This is how you do a proper business. This is how you do a business that has got a digital currency as part of its interest. This is how you do a legal and long-term business. We've been around for 7 years. I want to be around for another 30 years and beyond. And so that's the vision that I have. Now, the new recruitment process is obviously built around 10-10-10. Where we can introduce someone for free, give them a free gift, and get them to upgrade their engagement with the company through the 10-10-10 mechanism that you know quite a lot about. Our product courses and our product packages are now all on the lower side rather than the investment side, because we don't want to be in that space. We just hate what people are doing to people in terms of damaging people's hopes and dreams and getting large investments in. That's not the game that we want to play. We want to be in a business where we network. And the true power of the duplication in the network, which is what all of us had a sleepless night over when we first saw direct selling, that you can sponsor a few, who sponsors a few, who sponsors a few, who builds a vast network. That's what these product packs are about supporting. It's not about making money on one prospect. It's about making money on helping a prospect build a big team. The power of networking. Now, obviously, we have a step-by-step approach here, and we want to upgrade their engagement to get them to want to go to the ranks. We want them to get to the platinum rank, and we want them to qualify for the director rank BOA award. Absolutely fine. And we put a timeline on it. We put it a 30-day process because people need to move. If they're not going to move, they're not going to do anything. But if they won't move in their first 30 days, they never will move. So this is the time to move your free entry into a small upgrade, into a bigger upgrade, into becoming a full-on crazy networker like so many of you on this call. The new compensation plan that Andy talked about last Monday is this 50-50 partnership. We have a field, we have a company. We do the best work that we can, you do the best work that you can. And we then say that the membership, they get the compensation, the largest compensation, and they're covering the cost of events and incentives and trips, etc. That's all within that side. And then we do everything else. There's a very modest profit for the company there, 5%. Most companies would be looking for a 10% profit, but that's fine because if we build a vast business, we will touch vast amounts of people and we will be very, very successful. If you make money, we make money, and that's absolutely fine. Now, the plan is as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. There are 3 ways to benefit from this directly, and one is the direct sales commission. Again, we put this now on 3 levels, so 10% of BP is for level 1, that's you, for the sponsor, and for level 3, the upline, there's 10% of BP. This is kind of a uni-level plan, but it is very powerful. Because if you consider that the 10-10-10 plan is built on recruiting 10 people, if the next level recruits 10 people, there's 100 people. If the next level recruits 10 people, there's 1,000 people. Suddenly you've got 1,110 people that you earn 5% on, and we introduce a new product, we introduce a new program, we introduce something that these people engage with. You can work out the numbers yourself, and I've seen some presentations on this. It turns into a powerful direct sales commission. Of course, The thing that we're really passionate about is the network bonus, building 2 teams left and right, and all of that whole story. What we've done is we've loaded the people in the middle. We're giving them 10%, and these are the team builders. These are the people that are running around. These are the people that we need to put petrol in their car. We need to support them before their network is large enough that the money is crazy, so that we don't have a situation where we pay the top cats or the front end people. We pay the people in the middle doing the work. And this is absolutely the correct philosophy, because some of the bells and whistles, some of the shiny toys that we had in the old plan were things that went to the wrong people, to just call a spade a spade. We had an obsession with people getting a reverse matching bonus or a matching bonus for nothing forever. And even though if they're not adding value to the company or they're standing on one leg, that's not correct. We want to reward the workers. And I make no apology for that. That's just the way it is, and that's the way it has to be. But of course, we also have the rank awards as a driver of our business. So over £800,000 worth of rank awards goes into the program. And every step of the way, we've calculated this very, very carefully to make sure that it's sustainable, that it's long-term, and something that we can support without going crazy and giving more than we can afford to give and worrying about that future day later. The other thing that I think is going to be a big driver here is the executive trip. We have done some phenomenal executive trips in Dubai and in London and in different places. One of the place that really stood out for me was Nepal, when we took people to the top of the world and took them to Mount Everest base camp. These things become team building things for the first time that we engage with an executive in the business, and we get to know them and they get to know us. This is the key thing. So Cambodia was a great example of that, where we were also able to show the charity project and what have you. So I think that people left Cambodia with a much stronger sense of who the company is, what the company is about, and what we stand for as a business. The new thing that is just going live now in 2020 is the President's Vacation Club. This is then for people that have hit the director's rank. They will get a 7-day trip of pure paradise, where, again, they're spending time with me and with the key corporate stakeholders. They're spending time with other directors in the business from different markets. We are training, we are networking, we're working together as a team. And we want to kind of take heed of the reality that you only get to know people when you spend time with them. So we want to spend 7 days with people and really get to know the directors. These are the 2 things that will be the glue in our business. The executive trip for the up-and-coming people to teach them how to become director, for the directors to have the rewards of their hard work together with us. So the other thing that is a key part of the new plan is the active member bonus. We've had, as any company has, there are companies that I've seen in the past where they had so many fake accounts, and they had so many husband and wife accounts, they had so many cats and dogs, they had so many duplicate accounts. We want to make sure that all of our networkers are real people that intend to engage with the business. So we ask them to go through a few simple steps, and once they do, they will get the active member bonus. Again, this is not rocket science. We're not asking people to leap through a massive hoop, but we want to do this for every product sale that happens. And the active member bonus is 15% that goes straight into your ownership account, which again drives all sorts of things in our business. So again, very, very powerful to stop the games, stop the fake accounts, to stop all of the nonsense, and let's build a real business. And let's not dilute it with husbands and wives and daughters and sons and nephews and cousins and village friends and what have you, because if you dilute a 10, 100,000 people structure, you're pushing your pay line out of your direct commission. It doesn't work. You should sponsor the best people that you can reach frontline. They should sponsor the best people they can reach frontline, and so on, so that you have a solid organization that you can earn good direct bonus from. So this is kind of the call to action with the bullet points that reflect this this webinar. But the call to action is always speak to more people. Take your courage in both hands, take your doubts and throw them away, and just do it one more time. Pick up the telephone, call the people, deal with the skepticisms, deal with the skeptics, deal with the naysayers, deal with the critics, and just pitch them again, because everyone's timing changes. Everyone's opportunity window opens and closes. You don't know when you're speaking to people, but the only way to get anywhere in direct selling is to speak to people. Present them our products, present them our business, and you will be successful, because not everyone will say no. And in exactly the same way that not everyone will say yes. Therefore, you have to take your courage in both hands. You have to bundle up your doubts and put them to the side and just do it one more time. Now, we are moving. Our business is certainly still fighting, but we are in a very good place. And I know exactly where we need to be in the next 12 to 18 months. And it's a hell of a journey in front of us. We're going to have some amazing stories, and some of the stories that I will share with you as we go forward in the business, and in some of the training programs that are already started to be released, will blow your brains off. And that's what we want to do. We are talking about stories that are worthy of films. We are talking about massive kind of people and betrayals and a larger than life scenario. And that's always been what Leo has been about. Something that is just larger than life, where we're doing things that other people can't even dream. So this is Dan Anderson, your CEO, saying thank you very much for being on this call with me. I can't wait to speak to you again next week. And in the meanwhile, we've got tons of work that we're going through, and all is...
थैंक यू वेरी मच वंस अगेन। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। मैं तमाम लोग जो आज के इस वेबिनार पे मौजूद हैं, सबका दिल की गहराइयों से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ, और इस उम्मीद के साथ कि हम एक नई जिंदगी को, एक नए पैशन